Anytime there's an exam.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Nuuli Forged. It is nice to see you. I am Jared. I will be the Dungeon Master for tonight and presumably every night going forward here at Nuuli Forged.
One night only.
Yeah. Then the story gets wild afterwards. Thank you to those new people who followed. Thank you, J Deuce. Thank you, Glitch Lexia, for following. Appreciate it. We're going to go around real quick and do a little intro for everybody. And when you introduce your character, tonight I would like to know what pet they would have if they could have a pet. So let's start up here with Defect.
God, all right. Hello, everybody. My name is Mike. I'm playing Defect, Warforged Barbarian. Wow, pet. I guess it wouldn't really exist in this world, but I was thinking like a Tamagotchi pet.
Yeah.
Okay, so Defect wants a Tamagotchi. I get it.
One day it'll just like appear out of your arm.
Yeah.
And then you'll have to stop mid-battle to like clean up the poop or whatever. Excellent.
Special Tamagotchi pocket.
Or a Furby.
Right. Before we get too crazy, let's head on down to Grrrig.
Hi.
Grrrig, say hello.
Hello, I'm Amber. I play Grrrig, the Goblin Artificer. And I think my dream pet is probably a little dragon because they blow fire.
I love it. All right. Very straightforward, very easy. And the currently deceased, but maybe not for long, let's go down to Kaerlie.
Hey, Sarah, and I'm currently playing the dead Kaerlie. If Kaerlie was still alive, I think she might have a chipmunk as a pet.
Good choice. Then we will go over here to Aetis.
Hi, I'm Tanner. I play Aetis, the human ranger, and I think Aetis would have a blink dog.
Oh, very nice. A fey puppy.
Yeah, and we'll poof around just like I will soon.
I love it. And then up at the top, we have, in this corner now, we have Spoot.
Hello, I'm Matt Morris. I'm playing Spoot. Do I sound better, or do I still sound like I'm in an echo chamber?
You
still in an echo chamber.
sound echoey, but hopefully we can suss that out.
Fun fact: I'm in an echo chamber. Yeah.
Literally, this is what happens when
also-
you move in New York. So
Also known as an empty bedroom.
yes, no sound baffling.
I'll make this short. Spoot would have a pet fish.
Okay, I like the
Or a
imagery of
small,
I like the imagery of Spoot walking around with like a glass bowl like all the time.
With like a fancy koi in it.
and maybe a smaller turtle. Not turtle.
Right. Yeah. I like the idea of you like walking around with this fish bowl that is full of water and like the most mundane fish ever, like a sunfish or a perch or something. And not like a fancy thing, just like a little, but great.
Little minnow.
Guppy.
Yeah.
And once again, I am Jared. I will be your dungeon master. As the dungeon master, I would like to have all the pets because I can. So, let's get into it. When last we met, our heroes left the town of Red Sand and the Mighty Mies, their kobold captive/companion, behind them, hoping to remove the threat of more kobolds lying in the Threll ruins towards the edge of the arid waste, a vast desert covering the southern portion of the peninsula close by. However, 2 days out from Red Sand, the group was attacked by some cruel, nasty-looking hyena-like humanoids called gnolls. The gnolls looked ready to overwhelm the party, but they were saved at the last minute by the intervention of 3 scouts who had been tracking the gnolls, which is good news. Sadly, however, Kaerlie, half-elven druid, has fallen to the gnolls' wrath. The party, saddened by the loss of their friend, have agreed to accept the offer of a chance to revive her, given to them by these 3 scouts. That is where we pick up our story, with our remaining members trekking towards this enclave of the scouts, Defect carrying the body of Kaerlie. The scouts have told you that this will be approximately a 4-day journey, but they have guaranteed, to the best of their ability, that you will encounter no hostile acts or animals or creatures or intent while you travel with them through these lands. So, as you travel these 4 days, is there anything you would like to do?
Learn more Draconic,
Sure.
as always.
During our rests, I will continue working on trying to make my studded leather armor.
Okay.
I can help with that if you want.
Sure. Aetis, go ahead. Give me 3 dexterity checks with advantage.
Just a straight dex?
Yeah, because you're not proficient in crafting armor.
No.
Hello, Corey. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Not bad. Not bad.
All right. Go ahead. Give me 2 more.
Oh, right. All I heard was advantage.
Gotta do that. And this. Try that.
Okay. All right. So with Grrig's assistance, after you are done traveling for the days, you are able to complete about half of a set of armors cobbled together from the ones that you have done so far. Kaerlie's body is being treated with much respect and reverence by Defect throughout this process, and your 3 guides are interacting with you when needed to, but unless you engage with them, they will allow you these moments of mourning.
Yeah, I'm mostly gonna lay there for the journey.
Yes, you are quite dead.
She's starting to smell.
Yep.
Is
Uh,
she?
Well, I'm going to assume that Spoot, after a long rest, casts Gentle Repose to
Okay.
prevent her body from decaying any farther.
I was gonna say, because we're in the desert almost.
Yeah, it's pretty warm
it's
out. It
good
is
and
not. It is not conducive to flesh storage, for lack of a better term.
I mean, I will say
We
that,
could.
in the 4 days I'm carrying Kaerlie, I've been reflecting on what is life, what is death. And also, do I notice, like, as continuing to carry her for 4 days, do I notice like a random freckle or something, like some weird, I don't know, anything?
On
Like
Kaerlie, you mean?
Kaerlie,
A freckle?
Uh,
a freckle, or I don't know,
Birthmark,
too close,
scar.
You
Right.
can make an investigation check, or actually, it's just a perception check because you're not like rummaging through things, but you're just looking at her visage as you carry her.
Presumably, she has a number of at least recent scars.
Yes.
It's been a rough few weeks for her.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, so you do notice her fresher scars, and that kind of gets you thinking about how the rest of your friends may have other scars that are kind of deeper that you haven't seen, or that are more faded, because these fresher scars have different tones to them once they've healed over. And it's interesting to you because
Say hi.
your body kind of seals itself, and then the wood returns to that shade, or the metal pieces return to that shade. So unless a chunk is taken out of you, you don't scar like your friends do. And you dwell on this for times. You're not sure what the answer is, that's up to you. But these kind of thoughts permeate your conscience as you glance occasionally at Kaerlie's form.
Does Grrrig notice?
You can make an insight check, Grrrig.
18.
You definitely get the sense that Defect is lost in thought and contemplating something.
Well, at one point I'll probably ask, but at a quiet point, like if we're sharing a watch or something, not in front of everybody.
Okay.
Between like in the morning and after short rests and stuff, I do my portal sense along the way, preferably looking for a Feywilds one.
All right. Each day at the long rest, you do not get a sense close to you. The days go by, and your guides, who introduce themselves. The leader is Elithar Oliestra. That is the elven individual. Tells you that even though they feel responsible for the death of your companion, you will need to keep the location of their home a secret. So it's part of the price that you will pay for this chance at bringing back your friend, just so you are all aware.
Do we all get, like, sack over the head before we get there?
Not significantly, no. There is a part of the morning on the 4th day where you are blindfolded for a few hours and led by the hand. And there comes a part where the blindfold is removed, and you see before you, as you blink in the sun, a large, almost boulder or plateau in front of you. It's probably 80 feet high, and the top of it is wider than the base, so it's almost like an inverted pyramid, except it's not uniform or anything. It's just like the sides have been carved away by erosion, either from some great stream that once was here or something like that. Much like an anvil, yes. And you are led off to one side through an overhang to a fissure within this creature. And you are led through, and through that stone passageway. It is narrow, it is tight, it is uncomfortable. But after a few hundred feet, you emerge into the bright sun, and you realize that the exterior is one solid piece except for this passageway, and the top is open, so it's hollow inside. And the sun streams in, and before you, you see an array of individuals. Many of them appear to be human and half-elves, although you do notice a few smaller figures, probably gnomes, and a few taller figures, full-blooded elves. And they are arrayed towards you, looking at you as you entered, some with bows at the ready, though not drawn. And in front of them, you see a tall elf of indeterminate age with coffee-colored skin and an androgynous appearance, lithe of body but wrapped in blue leather armor, with a tall, pale blue mohawk, black, piercing orbs for eyes, and a very strange-looking dagger on their hip. They nod towards you and approach you. Greetings. We have been told of your arrival, and we understand that you ask a boon of us.
Yeah, one of our companions was fatally wounded in battle, and we were unable to bring her back.
It is tragedy when such things occur. Normally, it is not within our purview to take care of those outsiders who fall to bad fortune in our lands. However, Leader Elithar believes that we hold some responsibility in this, and has beseeched us to aid you. We have agreed, but before we make this attempt, we must know the price. We care not for gold or trinkets here. We serve a higher purpose. The price for this attempt, for it is not guaranteed, will be twofold. You must complete a task for us, a task for which we will bind you through magic, and you must never speak of our enclave to any outsider. Agree to these two requests, conditions, and we will make the attempt to return your friend to this plane of existence.
Like what kind of task? 'Cause yeah.
Well,
You will be charged with the retrieval of certain items.
Oh, retrieval. Yeah, we could do that. I could retrieve stuff.
I'm fairly good at tracking things down myself.
Very well. If you are all agreed, please follow me. If you need to address me, I am the High Enclavist.
Hey,
And
that's a weird name.
it is my title, and once one assumes
Oh.
it, that is all that one is. Now follow me. They turn and begin leading you through this town, and you can see most of the village's buildings are either built of stone or carved out of stone. Either way, it's mostly rock and like thatched roofs and huts.
So they're defenders.
Maybe. You do notice, however, that the village is centered around a certain point, which seems to be central in the opening of this. We'll just call it a mesa. This sky-opened mesa. And that center point is 3 stones that appear to form some kind of a broken archway. Like there's 2 that are coming up out of the ground, and then like a third one on its side that seems to be broken, like broken off. But you are led past that to a stone building that has a lush kind of naturalistic garden around it. Pardon me. And through this garden, you see the entryway to the building. It is open, there is no door, and there are small animals going in and out of this building at all times. The High Enclavist brings you inside and introduces you to a half-elven woman with kind of dusky skin, long blonde hair that she wears down to the small of her back. She's dressed in robes of green and white, and wears a circlet with a unicorn cameo in the center of it. You notice that she's got a calm face with piercing emerald eyes. And she is introduced as High Priestess Sola Helthilia. Greetings, my friends. May the blessings of Helona be upon you all this day, and upon this task we will attempt to do. The High Enclavist holds up her hand. We should begin the first part of the bargain before we attempt the ritual. As you will, High Enclavist. Sola makes a motion, and some acolytes appear from behind corners and doorways, and take the body of Kaerlie and place it upon an altar. Meanwhile, the High Enclavist and the High Priestess take you all into a side room, and the High Enclavist asks you all to extend your hands palm outward.
Why?
To seal the bargain.
Ow.
By the only way that matters.
Wait, but what does that mean? I don't... Huh? You gonna do something magic?
Yes.
Oh. Will you tell me how you do it?
We can try.
Oh, cool.
Right. You all extend your hands, and another attendant brings in a little like test tube rack with 5 vials in it. One of them has a few drops of what appears to be a dark red liquid in it.
Wait a minute.
The High Enclavist takes her dagger out and pokes each of you in the palm.
Ow!
And collects 2 drops of blood from each of you.
What? Wait a minute. What are you gonna do with that blood? I don't... That's not...
Shh, little one. The High Enclavist begins chanting, and the High Priestess joins in. Kind of reluctantly, it seems, but she does join in with them. A few moments later, you see a small flash in each of the test tubes. Or little vials, rather. And the High Enclavist nods to the priestess and thanks her. There. We have bound you to the promise of searching for that which we will ask of you if this ritual is concluded. If this ritual fails, however, We will not hold you to that task, and we will shatter the vials, breaking the enchantment.
Okay.
Have I ever heard of this kind of ritual before?
You can make you make an Arcana check, actually.
Yikes.
With a 3, you have heard maybe that there are some things that deal with blood and magic, but a lot of them are either really, really old and kind of out of fashion, or not worth mentioning in polite society.
I'm so afraid to talk because of the echoing.
Oh no, you're totally fine. It's
Yeah.
It's a lot better now.
I don't know if it's better or not. I've tried to change things around.
It is a little
Yeah,
better,
fine.
yeah. So if you
Okay.
want to say something, you can.
I object. I'm just kidding.
Well, they've got your blood, so too bad.
That's true. Can I do an insight check on the high enclavist?
Of course, absolutely.
Not that I don't trust this ritual, but
Go for it. Yeah. Okay, with a 19, you get the sense that the High Enclavist is being truthful in what this ritual does, and her, or rather their intent between the High Priestess and their self.
but they're reluctant.
The High Priestess was.
The High Priestess seemed reluctant.
Gotcha.
But you didn't ask about her, so.
No,
About the
Can
High
I
Enclavist.
insight that?
Sure.
Enclavist was-
As you're rubbing your hand, you can make an insight check as you notice the High Priestess.
Only a 7. That's great.
It's just like a fleeting thing. Otherwise, it's hard to read what she's feeling and up to.
I misunderstood who was the.
Yeah. It seemed to be, in this instance, based on your insight check, that the High Enclavist was the one leading the ritual and not the High Priestess. Only that she was there to ensure that your wounds were healed and that everything was hunky-dory during the process. But you are led back to the temple proper. Kaerlie's body has been treated with respect, laid out upon an altar of natural wood and stone with flowers arranged all around it. Various herbs and incenses have begun to be lit, candles, and the High Priestess begins a chant. As she does so, you are all instructed to gather around your friend. The High Enclavist takes a step back as she will not be participating in the ritual. Time passes. The High Priestess begins speaking in a language that has no equivalency, saying words of power. You can see some sort of divine eminence building up from within her as a source of this power. Time passes again. You see the smokes from the incense begin to cover Kaerlie's body, to permeate her existence. You see light flicker from the candle flame across the body in a rippling wave. The chanting increases. There are rhythmic drums in the background. Slight vocal emanations from a sourceless place that you can't identify. And the High Priestess opens her eyes and focuses them on you all. 3 may offer aid to this ritual. Step forward and make your offerings now to summon the soul of your friend back.
I will step forward.
Okay. What would you like to do, Spoot? This will be a skill check of whatever you would like to do.
Medicine.
Okay. How are you going to contribute to this ritual with a medicine check?
That's a good question. Is there Is there a way I can use my herbalism kit to contribute?
Sure.
I don't know. I don't know, actually. I don't know what is the
Okay.
best.
Maybe try using curative magics.
Oh, like offering a spell up?
Sure, if you want.
Okay. Well, I'll try maybe healing word. Maybe I'm like chanting something in Aquan or something. No.
All right.
Try to use-
Go ahead. Make a roll with your spellcasting ability modifier. And your proficiency bonus. So it's your wisdom, your proficiency.
Okay. Wisdom 6 plus. Let me double check the proficiency. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Did it go?
Yep. All right. That was a 15. As you begin to chant in Aquan, which you normally do when you attempt to heal your friends, the words seemingly intertwine with the ones spoken by the High Priestess, and you see the healing magics as you release these energies begin to merge with the light and the incense that is covering and permeating Kaerlie's bodies, and you see your divine energies merge with both them and the still form of your friend below you. The High Priestess nods. Who else will offer to this ritual?
I can try to beseech Melora to bring her back.
She nods. Make your plea.
Alright, and then I'll start just praying in Sylvan to Melora. Just please bring back one of your followers, one of those devout to nature, who's gone too soon.
Okay, go ahead. Make a religion check. Okay. As you entreat Melora, you feel a warmth blossom within you and kind of move through your lips out, and you see just the faintest ocean wave crest over Kaerlie's body, just for an instant, and you think you're the only one who saw it. The High Priestess nods again. And who will offer up the third component of the ritual?
Man, yeah, Defect will step forward, I guess. Surprisingly.
Okay.
Defect will step forward. He'll crouch down next to Kaerlie's body, and in a sort of soft voice, he'll say to her, "Kaerlie, I've been carrying you these past 4 days, and in those 4 days, I have studied your features. Those features that tell stories that you have not yet told me, and empty pages yet to be fulfilled. I ask that you come back to us so that you can tell us these stories." And I guess after saying I will use persuasion.
Yeah, that's definitely a persuasion check.
All right.
This is the most Defect has ever spoken.
Right.
That was good. That was not an insult.
I mean,
Okay.
7's weak, but yeah.
Okay. You get out these words and these feelings. You feel a little awkward, but you're really earnest in them. The High Priestess nods towards you and begins going through motions. And she reaches a climax Okay. And the chanting, the drums, and the lights all go out and stop at the same instant. And there is a layer of calm smoke over Kaerlie's body. Kaerlie breathes in on her own. Her eyes flutter, awake. Kaerlie, the last thing you remember was being struck down by a strange hyena-like humanoid creature. You remember the pain and the blood, and then darkness, for what feels like eternity. But also an instant later, you open your eyes in a strange place. Stone around you, a strange woman near your head, but 4 friends surrounding your body as you lay on this stone and wooden table. An altar of some kind. You are weak, you have 1 hit point, and you are very sore and very tired, and very confused. But you are alive.
Yay! Is the table tall enough or short enough that Grrrig can pop her face right over Kaerlie's and go, "That was awesome."
Yeah, totally.
Okay, great. Wow, that was awesome.
Spoot is immediately relieved. Just I think lets out this big sigh and like he gets like 2 inches shorter because he's just.
I'm really happy that worked. I didn't know if that was going to work, but
I didn't know what to expect.
You're not nearly as happy as I am that it worked.
How do you feel?
Like I've been dead for 4 days.
That must.
You have no idea how much time has passed, by the way.
Like I've been dead for several days.
That's really crazy because that's exactly how long you've been dead.
I mean, that makes sense. That's good. Good. You're not crazy. I mean, yet. I don't know. Do people come back crazy from this?
I don't know. Is time a concept over there?
Not really.
Wait, you were like aware of it not really time? Wait a minute.
Grrrig, do you want to die next? You can probably learn some stuff over there, and then come back.
I bet that there's some sort of method where we could ensure my revival afterward. That'd be fascinating. Seems like there's a whole other plane over there. What if it is actually another plane? What if you can get there? You can do the plane thing, right?
I haven't sensed anything yet, but yeah.
Maybe we try not to die for a while.
Well, yeah. Can't do an experiment if you're not prepared.
I'll do my best.
There
Yeah,
was
at
one
least-
person in my village who used to be able to banish people to other planes of existence.
That sounds awesome.
While they're carrying on, I'm just gonna step a little closer to Kaerlie and make sure like that she's feeling okay. And can I do a little medicine check on Kaerlie to see?
Yeah,
Like
go ahead.
how she fared.
Absolutely. Okay, yeah. So with a 21 Spoot, you get the sense that Kaerlie has been returned to life. You've seen all the wounds that she had on her body that you had been unable to attempt. You see that they have closed. You see that she is functional, but you can tell that she is exhausted and tired. Mechanically, Kaerlie, you are currently suffering from a -4 penalty to all attacks, saving throws, and ability checks. That will reduce by 1 for every long rest you take.
Is there any sort of medical assistance I can give her from what I can tell from my medicine check?
No, it's one of those age-old answers to weariness and exhaustion. The only answer is rest. You
It's
can't
time
force
and
it.
rest.
It's going to take time and rest.
Great.
Maybe we can give her a Red Bull. No, Melora.
Well, then she'll just get wings and become even more tired.
I'm not sure wings are the answer here.
1 minute of combat with a Red Bull.
I don't get to fly for several more levels.
Yeah, levels. Yeah, I was just about to say, yeah, not until you're like level 6, you know.
Yeah, go ahead. Any other questions, Spoot?
No, sorry.
Okay, cool.
Go ahead.
As you all engage in a tearful, content, happy reunion, you can see that the High Priestess is smiling, as are the other acolytes around her. The High Enclavist also smiles and nods in your direction and says, "We have prepared quarters for you. Why don't you take rest in them for the rest of the day, and we will speak in the morning." And the High Enclavist nods to the High Priestess and departs. A few acolytes show you all to a small stone building with about 6 beds in it. It's very bare bones, but it's got comfortable furnishings and it's cozy. Unless there's anything particular you would like to do on this day, we can fast forward.
Oh, see the sights.
Yeah.
Find one interesting thing and stare at it for a few hours.
Sure. Well, as you go
I
out,
agree.
Grrrig. I'm sorry. What was that?
I was saying I agree. I would like to take a little moment to, journal.
Yeah, I'm going right to bed. Given
Yeah,
the
you should go to
option.
sleep.
Yeah, you are exhausted and tired, and the High Priestess and the acolytes recommend that you take it easy for the day, because all your joints and muscles are sore. Everything is still flushed with pain. The wound that was actually your death wound has left a bit of a scar across your lower abdomen. It is not the most attractive of things, but you are alive.
Is this going to be like a Frodo thing? Every anniversary of the wound, it will hurt.
Who knows? Only time will tell. Corey makes a good point. She's been dead for a few days. How much more rest could she possibly need?
Right? Let's do that quest
Unfortunately, now the blood is flowing again, and so it's really painful. It's like pins and needles you can't even begin to contemplate.
Ooh.
Nobody likes that. So, Grrrig, you have decided to wander around town for the day. You notice that it's fairly simple life here. Most people kind of nod in your general direction. There's always somebody kind of watching you. Nobody bothering you, just keeping an eye on a stranger in their midst. Nobody approaches you to have a conversation. Probably the most interesting thing you notice is those 3 stones in the center of the town that are like 2 pillars and then a fallen one, as though it was connecting the 2, like an archway maybe or something, but it's fallen over.
Can I look closely at them? Is there any sort of inscriptions or anything like that?
Yeah, you can approach and go ahead and make an investigation check. Nobody's stopping you. It doesn't seem to be taboo.
Cool. 21.
Cool. So there are definitely a lot of carvings on these 3 stones, and you can tell that at one point they did indeed seem to go together, and you can tell that while they are not magical, they once conducted magical energies through somehow. And as you're kind of looking around one of the upright columns, you can see that there's a hole in it, almost a compartment where something is supposed to go.
Any inkling shape?
Yeah.
Size?
I mean, it's kind of an oval hole, about the size of a... it's about the size of a... Well, let's say it's about 8 inches tall and 6 inches wide, and about 4 inches deep. It seems like it is designed to hold something roughly that size. Because of your ridiculously high investigation check, you also find a similar hole on the other upright column. However, you can't see one on the fallen one. You think it might be, if there is one, it might be on the flipped side. But all the inscriptions in the runes are definitely arcane in nature. And while you don't know exactly what they do, you can see images that appear snake-like in a way.
Is it like a language?
It is not
Or
a
is it
language,
just like
no. It's
the
kind
generic arcane?
They are esoteric arcane runes.
Okay. Huh. I'm going to bother Aetis with this information.
Okay.
Aetis, come look at this. Look at these. This, I mean, like, it looks like it could be a door. And also this stuff looks old. And does this look like a snake to you? It looks like a snake to me.
Aetis seems to be locked in a meditative state at the moment and is kind of ignoring you for the time being, Grrrig.
Aetis! I'm gonna like hit him and push him and then give up eventually.
Yeah. Defect, is there anything you would like to do on this day?
Something that you said earlier caught my attention. You mentioned that I forgot if it was the High Enclave or someone else.
Yeah.
Thank you. They were carrying a dagger that was strange looking.
Yeah, it's the same dagger they used to gain blood, or in your case, a strange blood-like substance from each of your palms.
Okay, I see. I thought maybe it might be similar to the one I'm carrying, but I guess that's not the case.
It may be, if you want to make
Sure,
a... you can make a... we'll call this a post-active perception check.
Post-active.
Oh no.
With a 10, you get the sense that it is not the same dagger style that you have. It's much more curvy than the one that you have. Yours is much more blocky and chisel-like.
Okay. All right. Well then, other than that, no. I guess maybe from time to time we'll check in on Kaerlie. But other than that, nothing else. Oh, and probably making sure that Grrig's not getting into any sort of trouble.
Yeah, you see Grrrig kind of pestering Aetis as he is meditating.
That's okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Hey. You know, where's Spoot? Never mind. Where's Spoot?
Grrrig, you find Spoot sitting on a bed next to where Kaerlie is sleeping. He is writing in a journal.
Oh, you can't hear that because my mic is too smart for that. I was testing. Boat.
I kind of look around, but like my peripheral's really bad because of my neck and shell, so I have to like shuffle.
Oh, hi. Wait, sorry. I'm trying to be quiet. There's a thing. It's interesting. You should come look at it. There's like pictures and magic stuff, and it's old. I don't know what it does, but it's something magic. And Aetis is ignoring me. He's meditating or something. Come look at it. It's really cool.
Okay, yeah, I wanted to take a look around and see some things, so this is good. Let's go see it.
All right. So Grrrig takes you pretty much in the center of town. It's not far from where you are, so it doesn't take you too long to get there. They point out the various carvings that they discovered in the holes in the 2 thing. You also notice, Spoot, that there are individuals who are watching you, keeping an eye on you, but not actively dissuading you from looking around at all.
I'm not sure if anything in this city is very familiar to me, but is there anything that stands out about these relics?
Make a history check.
Yes.
Sorry, we're called. I'm back though.
It's all right.
Did it go?
It did. With a 10, you can recognize that these pieces of rock probably were stuck together at one point somehow. But it is not a construction style that you are familiar with or a purpose you can be 100% sure on.
Okay. I'll tell Grrrig that I'm afraid I haven't seen anything like this or read anything about it. I'm not sure I can make anything out. Did you say there were runes or like letters on it?
Yeah. Don't you see them? These ones. This and this and this and this. And the way it fits together, it's like definitely like there's something magic. It's like, I don't know. It's like a focus. I don't know. It's almost like somebody did a thing, kind of like I do, where you like make it and then it does the thing, but then like here and there's 2 parts and there's a snake thing. Isn't this a snake thing? Like,
It's definitely not a language, right?
Correct.
You
It is
said-
not a language.
yeah,
They are
yeah.
esoteric runes, arcane in
yeah.
nature.
Um,
But
Hmm.
you
Do you think these are the
do
tasks? Are
see
these the tasks?
the snake pictograms that Grrrig points out to you.
I'm gonna take a moment to like sort of copy that down in my journal, sort of try to sketch out the pictogram and
Is
You know.
the snake more like an Quetzalcoatl kind of thing, or is it more like an Ouroboros?
Neither, actually.
Oh, okay.
it's like a. Never mind. I couldn't think of something clever fast enough.
They
Um,
appear.
Welcome to my life.
Go ahead, Spoot. Since you're adding a new layer to this, go ahead and make an investigation check with advantage, because Grrrig is helping you out.
You're gonna think of your clever wig comment when you go to bed.
Okay. With an 18, you see that it's not just a snake. You can see why Grrrig why they thought it was. It is snake-like, but you also see snakes with arms and a couple with legs and arms.
Oh.
And you, with Grrig's help, you are able to notice that the 2 kind of holes or storage boxes or whatever that are in these things, the 2 of them have different but similar snake-like symbols on them.
Okay. And yeah, I'm guessing that I still don't know anything about snake figures, do I?
No.
I will make a note. I will tell Grrrig this. I'll make a note, and maybe before we leave, we can ask someone about it. Maybe the High Enclavist.
Do you think maybe these are the things we have to retrieve? Or would that be too, like, big?
I don't know.
I don't know.
They did. All they said was it was an item or items, and usually I don't like to make deals without knowing what the details are, but I'm sure we're gonna find out soon.
I mean, yeah. I just, if this is a door, I don't, like last time those creepy things came through, I don't really want to deal with any creepy things, let's be real.
Yeah, me neither. We should ask Aetis if they've sensed any plane or present. Actually, we don't know that he has that ability. Just nix that. I'm metagaming, sorry.
I haven't said anything yet. You've just seen me.
Yeah, we don't know that. We
Just
know
opened
you
a weird
meditate
thing.
about weird things, yeah.
You do know that he played with something that made 2 things appear out of nowhere.
Right, some rock.
Maybe you don't need to show this to Aetis. Maybe he just doesn't need to know it's you.
You guys don't want another big bad in the game?
No.
I mean, okay, that's fine.
We can't even fight hyena men currently.
It's just 2 wolves, guys.
Just 2 wolves. Uh, Okay, I guess I won't mention it. I don't know if he's that old. Maybe he knows. Like, maybe it
Oh,
was standing before. I want to know. I don't like mysteries.
I'm just teasing. You can let him know. He's probably going to be more careful this time. But why don't we just ask the I forgot his name again, the Enclavist before.
I don't like him, that's why. But okay.
He's a bit strange, I admit. But
They are
Kinda
a bit
pompous.
strange.
they are a bit strange. But you know what? I'll ask, and we'll see what happens.
Meh.
Anything else you've seen in the city that's really interesting?
Nah, just a bunch of people doing stuff. They mostly ignore me,
No.
which is kind of normal. Except for the people who kick me.
Who's kicked you?
Oh yeah, it's humans.
Not here.
No.
Okay.
There's some weird peace love vibe going on here, it feels like.
Yeah, a bit. I kind of get a sense of that too. Well, I'm gonna go make one more check on Kaerlie, but I might wander around a bit myself and see if there's something else of note.
Okay, I'm gonna find Defect. He said a lot of words. I wanna make sure he's okay.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned too, to be honest.
Okay, so Spoot, you return to Kaerlie. She is still asleep. Aetis has seemingly come out of his meditative state and has started futzing with his armor. Grrrig, you easily discover Defect as he is very noticeable.
What? No, he blends in around here. What are you talking about?
Totally blends in everywhere we go.
Right.
Hey, you
He
get
looks just like all these elves.
just like them. Yeah, with his wild mane made of wood.
They're pine needles.
Hey, you good? You like?
Great. Yes. I'm okay. I've just been contemplative now of this past experience. As
I
you
mean-
know, I'm not born, I'm made. And so with the death of Kaerlie, it has brought to my attention the question, what is after this? If I were to die, where do I go?
Huh. I don't know. I imagine the same place that we go, because you're not just made, you're like alive. I mean, that's been clear, because if you were just made, then I could like fix you and work on you, but I can't. But I don't know. I don't really think it matters. I mean, because we're here now, right? And like once you go, you go. Unless like we can bring you back. Which is why I want to keep like figuring you out. Because like if you're made, then maybe I could fix you. Because I don't really want you to go anywhere.
Thank you, Greg. You're right. Today is the day we live for. But we worked hard to bring Kaerlie back. If it was her time to go, we should have let her go then.
I mean, yes. But I think that I don't know how these things usually work, but I would think that if like if it's really your time, then like she would go. And then she didn't want to go, then she would be like gone. But I don't really know where they go. I think that's why we should do the experiment, but not until we're ready.
I have much to dwell on.
Defibrillator hands.
This is new. You're using a lot of words. You use some big words. I don't know if I like this. I think I do. Anyway, I'm glad you're okay.
I am okay. Thank you.
Okay, cool. Do you want to see these big rocks?
What?
Do you want to see these big rocks? I found them. There's
Oh.
drawings on them.
Yes.
So
Let's
Grrrig takes you over and shows you the stuff. Spoot, is there anything you would like to do? Or are you just are you just complacent to go back to your journaling, your bullet journaling?
Well, I think I will continue journaling, but I would like to take a moment to sort of wander around. Maybe there's a vantage point in the city that is easy to get to that I can get a good view. And I don't know. I'm also a little bit interested in sort of the architecture of the place. I'm sure it's unlike anything I've seen.
Sure. Go ahead. Make an investigation check.
Stand by. I'm rocking one monitor today. It is the worst.
It is the worst.
Yeah, like a Philistine.
I mean, to be fair, I am doing that too, and I usually am, but it is the worst.
Yeah. Okay, with a 19, you are able to discover a little hillock or like a stone on a little rise, more so than anything, that you can sit on and sketch if you want.
Excellent.
You definitely notice that there is someone always keeping an eye on you, discreetly, but someone's watching you.
Could I insight check the closest person that's watched me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that a weird thing, the insight check?
No, go ahead.
I don't use it near enough, honestly. I'm a little too complacent.
Okay, with a 17, you get the sense that it's twofold the reason they're watching you. One is you are an outsider and not someone they have seen probably ever in a long time. They're half-elf, so it's hard to tell. But also, you get the sense that it's their job. They are standing kind of at attention and watching you like you have seen trackers watch things that they are tracking.
Okay. I'll kind of like claw wave.
They do not respond.
Okay. I'll just keep going then.
Okay. So unless anybody wants to accomplish anything else, the day will pass. Everybody will get a long rest. Your hit points are back to full. Kaerlie, you're at a -3 penalty now instead of a -4 penalty.
Yep.
But
Do I get any hit points back, or am I still at 1?
no, you get all your hit points back. You're just suffering like the ennui of post-death life now.
Can I futz with my armor?
Yeah, you could have futzed with your armor all day. Go ahead, make a what was it? Make a
Dex.
yeah, make a
Hit
dex
points
check.
don't match.
Okay, you don't ruin it, but you don't make too much progress. It was a very draining day, so.
Oh, and I didn't sense any portals before I went to bed.
So you ping. You don't get any portals, but there is something that tugs at you, something nearby. But it is not a portal. But it kind of tastes like it, but it isn't one.
Did you just say taste?
For lack of a better terminology, yes.
Okay, just making sure I wasn't hallucinating.
Yum, yum, yum.
And it doesn't tell me where it goes.
No, because it is not actually a portal. It's just got like the essence of portal. I know, it's very weird.
It's artificial.
Yeah,
Is that
artificial flavoring.
taste?
Tasty.
Hey, Aetis, are you ready to pay attention to me now?
What? Huh?
Are you done with your whatever you're doing thing?
Wait, what time is this? Is this before rest or is this in the morning?
I don't know.
This would be in
It's
the
in the
morning.
middle of the night. The
In
middle
the middle of the night. Aetis!
I couldn't sleep.
I can't sleep. This mystery is killing me.
It's just like right there when I
Absolutely, just like this.
hit my head against Grig's head.
No. It could be in the morning the next day when we get together. Gotta come check these out, unless there's something that happens before that.
Check what out?
Come look.
Okay.
I show him the stones and point
Okay.
out all the things and tell him all the things that Spoot and I talked about and say, do you know anything about this? You're really old. I mean, kind of.
I don't know whether to be insulted or not. I don't know. Let me take a look at it.
Sure. Go ahead. Make an Arcana check with advantage. For you specifically.
Big money, no whammies.
Come on.
Are you joking?
Wow.
Wow.
So
I helped
here's what you get because you are who you are and the training you have. With a 10, you get that these are arcane runes. They're slightly familiar to you, and you can tell that there is something extraplanar about them. But that is the most you get on a 10.
So I was right. That's not very helpful. I was just right. It doesn't tell me anything new. Ugh.
I mean, they're extra planar. I could touch the symbols.
No, don't. We did that. We did the touching and the doing, and that didn't turn out so good. We need to find out more information. I guess we have to ask the creepy Enclave guy.
As Grig starts saying that, one arm slowly starts reaching out towards the rock.
Is Spoot around?
Smack. It's a dex thing, right? Just like reaching out, slap.
Spoot,
Back my
Spoot's
hand.
not the one to do that then.
So you
I don't know,
reach
I'm
out
just
and touch
hoping.
the stone?
No, I hit his hand.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Naughty human.
Okay, so Greg like whacks your hand away.
Oh, I mean, I thought you're scientific. You don't want to learn through tests.
Science doesn't mean walking in blind. These figures are kind of scary. I don't know. I've never seen a snake with arms and legs. I don't want to deal with that nonsense.
Can I do my detect portal again? And does it feel like this is where the energy is coming from?
Yeah, you definitely get a stronger taste of it, kind of in this general area. Yeah,
So I lick the rock.
it tastes like rock, like old dirty rock that's been out in the sun for a long time.
Portal flavored rock.
Tastes like the Earth plane. This definitely has planar magic in it. It's not giving me a very clear direction on it, but there's something in this stone
Probably minerals.
somewhere.
As you are having this discussion, you hear a behind you, and you see 6 similarly garbed individuals who turn and look at you. The High Enclavist will see you now, says one of them.
Okay, do you know anything about this stone?
He does not answer.
I repeat myself in Sylvan.
He still does not answer. The rest of you are
I don't
also
think that-
gathered by similarly garbed individuals and brought not a far distance off, kind of in an open air court, sitting on a stone throne with a bunch of furs and outdoorsy kind of looking cushions, is the High Enclavist. They stand when you approach and looks toward Kaerlie. I trust you are feeling better?
Much better, thank you. I don't know how I can thank you all enough.
Well, that is the reason we meet here today.
Hmm?
Fair.
As you know, we provided a great service of no small feat of magic for you, strangers, who we were under no obligation to do so. However, I felt this could be an opportunity. In exchange for this, you have agreed to a task. Here it is. In exchange for your friend's raising, you will venture into the snake wilds, the serpent lands of the arid waste. There, you will search for and locate 3 Wanti Malison. From each Malison, you will take the heart and return it to us here. You have 10 days. If you fail to return within that time, the magic ensorceling your friend will break, and she will die. And each of the rest of you will get sicker and sicker until you return. Succeed within the time frame, and we will destroy the enchantment, and you will have fulfilled your bargain, and we part as friends. What I will tell you is the Yuan-Ti are vile creatures, snake worshippers, and many of them have the form and appearance of snakes as well.
So we just need their hearts.
Yes. What you should know about Malison is that there are 3 different kinds. The first type appears human, except for their head, which is that of a serpent. The second type also appears to be human, but instead of arms has 2 large snake bodies, where arms should be, its jaws acting as hands or fingers. The third type has the upper body of a humanoid and the lower body of a serpent. They are vile. They are dangerous. They rarely travel alone. They often have some form of a large serpent with them, if not a few weaker of their ilk.
Should we be concerned about any sort of poison?
Oh yes. The Yuan-Ti have poison flowing through their body, and they are immune to it as a result. They are creatures of dark, twisted ritual. They are evil to the core. In order to protect these lands, we must have the 3 hearts to complete the ritual. You 5, are unknown to them. They will not track you with us, for they do outnumber us greatly. Should they think that we had anything to do with it, they would not hesitate to assault our enclave, our lands, and quite possibly those beyond. This is your quest and your task. Elithar will guide you to the border, 2 days away, and point you in the direction.
Well,
Does this have to do with those stones and all the snake people on those stones? Is it related?
The snake lands are broken, barren, rocky deserts, salt flats, and other unwelcome terrain dominate it. You should beware of pitfalls, caves, chasms, and of course, serpents.
Okay, but that doesn't really answer my question.
All things in life have to do with one another, little one.
Okay, that also doesn't really answer my question. Are you gonna put the hearts in those holes and then that somehow seals something? There's a lot of arcane something going on over there, and I just, like, yeah, it's cool.
You have 10 days and your time grows short. Elithar is standing ready to guide you when you are ready.
I'm not so good at hunting the deserts. Do we have enough rations, everybody?
How much did you use on the journey here?
You didn't use any on the 4 days travel to the Enclave. The scouts, Elithar and his folks, had success hunting rabbits and meerkats and such things.
Alright, we have lots of water.
10 days worth of rations, and I'm apparently wearing desert clothing.
Yep. Okay, about that poison then, if you're not going to answer my question, at least answer me something useful that relates to this whole shenanigan.
Right.
We don't really have any way to deal with poison. Do you have any kind of antidotes or anything? Because that's not really what we came out here for, prepared to do. And I know you would rather us not die on this whole mission and be able to make it back to you. Although maybe you probably don't care because you're sending us on it anyway instead of yourselves. But
Whoa.
Grrrig,
what?
very disrespectful.
Well, these are the answers to questions that you need to have in order to formulate an intelligent plan. Don't just go wildly off into this thing.
To
Even I know that.
avoid poison, do not get bit. If I were you, I would rely on stealth, guile, and ambush.
Great. Those 3 things we are the best at.
So we cluster
Quotes.
and we have discussions as soon as we see enemies.
Yes, that's why we survived that null attack, wasn't it?
Yeah. Huddle up. That's a great plan.
On a scale of 1 to no, how difficult is it to fight a snake person?
The Yuan-Ti are formidable. We battle them as rarely as possible. They are usually content to stay within their own barren desert. But we do keep a watch on their lands, and we keep them from the plains to the best of our abilities. The border plains are fraught with danger if you go unaccompanied. So heed Elithar and travel swiftly and safely. And I pray you return for your sake, for our sake, and for the life of your friend.
I do too. We will
should-
try our best.
That's all we can do.
We should head out then. Let's get this done as fast as we can.
I agree.
They nod, and as you turn, you see that indeed Elithar Poliesra is standing there and nods to all of you and begins leading you on out.
Aetis,
Yeah?
were you going to send a message to Mighty Mies? Because we're going to be a bit delayed. Elithar might be nicer than that other blue guy. Maybe he could send a little note.
Sure. Elithar,
Yes, my friends.
do you know anybody who could get a message to somebody quickly?
Back in
Well-
Red Sand?
Oh, in Red Sand? That is possible. It will take 5 or 6 days to get there, but...
Do you have anybody who can send something by magical means?
We do, but only to those we are aware of, and we do not keep close ties with Red Sand. When we do enter, we pose as travelers. We do not hold alliance.
Fair. We made a promise to somebody that we'd be back a lot sooner than this trip is giving us. So
Well, since I am going to join you on this guide, I will send one of my underlings. Jorn, and he summons forth one of the two that walked with you on the way here, young, fairly half-elven looking individual. Jorn will deliver a message to your friend in Red Sand as quickly as he is able. He will be able to travel slightly faster on his own.
All right. And then I'll just like tell him the location. And it's a little
Sure.
kobold. He's friendly. His name is the Mighty Me.
Okay, yeah, you give him a message from Mies, no problem. He nods and packs off on the way. And you all depart the Enclave with a mission and a ticking time clock. You make your way through the tight, narrow passageway, through the crevasse, and start heading towards the southwest, in a direction towards what you can only assume to be the Serpent Lands. 2 days go by. Kaerlie, you reduce your penalty by 2, so you are now at a -1.
Woohoo!
Can Grrrig assist me more with my armor?
With the speed and the distance that you are traveling with Elithar, you don't really have any time to work on your armor.
Not even like camping at night?
You only stop for the time you need to rest.
Oh, okay.
And since Olithar is a full-blooded elf, he only needs half that time, so...
Bitch. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, could I just like talk to him about how to safely get back, or like anything to look out for and stuff like that? Just like take notes.
Yeah, he tells you that as long as you return to this area, he will be here waiting for you.
So we get the 10 days, we don't get 6 days because it's taking us 2 days to go back and forth.
Well, you have 8 days from this point. He gives you what the latest reports on the patrol routes that these creatures may be taking, and tells you of 3 places that may work out for you to use as an ambush site, or at least to try and pick up a trail. He gives you the best directions that he can, and you can see before you the plain pretty much drops off, and below a little like 10-foot sandy cliff drop, like the edge of a beach. Sand and rock, dirty gray stone, and broken skeletal remains line the waste before you. And a wind blows over, and you make your way in the directions given to you. And that's where we're going to take a short little break, a little bio break for everybody.
This bodes really well.
Awesome.
So we will be
Ooh.
right back in about 5 minutes, everybody. I would like to thank you all for sticking with us so far. But we will be right back. See you then. Hello, everybody. Nice to see you again. We are back from our adventure. As you guys make your final preparations and head in towards the waste, is there anything you want to clarify, get set up before you head into this scary-looking, broken desert wasteland?
Yes.
Yeah.
We should talk about spell prep.
Yeah. Should I do purify food and drink instead of sanctuary? I'm never sure how to use sanctuary anyway.
That's a good question. I was going to say we have a lot of overlapping spells, and I'm sure that Kaerlie does as well. So
Yes.
it's good for us not to probably all overlap. For instance, if you did one, I could do the other.
I just ditched create water for poison protection.
Yeah, I would do that one. I mean, still having that more is always a bonus in this case. We're going to be dealing with poison. Do you have heat metal, Kaerlie? Or is that the... I can't remember.
I could have heat metal.
Get heat metal.
Okay.
Um,
Ooh. Okay.
If Defect is attacking a boss guy and he has disadvantage on all of his attacks, and you maintain that one, so as a bonus action, you can just heat it up again and do damage.
And Jared loves it. It's his favorite spell.
Listen,
It's a
Heat
regular
metal?
action, not a bonus action, but sure.
Yeah, it's a bonus action to maintain it.
Yeah, no, I'm saying you use a bonus action to do the damage again.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But the original cast is an action. Jared, stop. You love when Melissa uses heat metal.
I know. Yeah, but as a DM, I hate it.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
No, sorry.
Do we think my spikes are going to be less useful here?
No, if we're doing an ambush, that's when you use it.
We want the spikes.
So you would be like, once they enter this area and get like in the middle of the area, then you cast it. And so that you don't want to cast it like when they're on the edge of it, because then you only get 1 point of damage out of it.
Right.
So if they have to move 30 feet to get out of it, that's a shit ton of damage.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, there might be like some tight corridor spaces we can like put it into.
Right.
Right.
All
right. So I'm up on cure wounds and the ice knife and the entangle spike growth and heat metal and protection from poison.
I would dodge ice knife maybe for lesser restoration as well. I mean, just right now with the poison, and we're not that high level.
That takes away my my only ranged weapon.
Heat metal. So
yeah, heat metal can be done at range.
Spell slots.
All right.
Mostly.
Right.
Druids, in my opinion, I've never used one super offensively. You have a lot of really good support spells like heat metal that both do damage and give them disadvantage. Like you're never going to be a wizard, and I don't recommend trying to compete with it.
Right.
Well,
but the ice knife is a first level, and everything else is a second level.
Circle of the Land, right?
Circle of the Land.
Yeah.
I mean, that's as wizardy as a druid gets.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Defect, what spells are you preparing?
Rage.
Defect prepares Rage and Great Axe.
Axe.
I want to double check with a couple overlaps too, actually. So,
okay.
We've talked about a few that we're purposely overlapping, and I also am considering using detect poison and disease. That might help us get an idea if these creatures are in vicinity. If I'm understanding how that works.
I don't know if it's in their blood. I think that's just like like if there's pestilence in the area.
It says you can sense the presence and locations of poisonous creatures, and diseases. So maybe they don't count. I don't know. I'd love to ask the DM right now, but he's not going to tell me. So,
I know all the secrets.
I know, and especially now that we're talking about all of our secrets. What I would lose for that would be something like Detect Magic.
I think that's fine.
Of course, if this is a multi-day trip, if this goes horribly wrong, we'll change it. But
True.
I'll try that, and then that gives me healing word. I have one damage spell on standby, and then a couple of buffs. If you've got any opinions on those, Tanner, I'm happy to hear. But right now I'm using Bless and Shield of Faith.
Those are good. Yeah.
I have one that does something similar to Grrig's machine that boosts HP, but it's not as good as Grrig's machine.
Yeah. I'd
Right.
love to use the offensive capabilities of Chomper, but
Well,
with our party.
we could talk about that. I mean, I could use the spell. The thing about that spell is it's always 5. Yours has the potential to have
Way more, yeah.
control. Like,
No,
if
we
you
can
do
keep
more-
it.
I mean, I think Amber will get to use Chomper offensively more once we're a little bit beefier.
I know. I would
Well,
love to also have some offensive capabilities, but
Right. Great.
anywho.
So spells all sorted out. You have prayed yourselves into preparation for the day. You are wandering through the waste. The first location is actually not too far from the border. Someone can go ahead and make a survival check to see how you get there.
Do you want some help on this, Aetis? Do you want us to do it together since this is new for both of us?
I mean, sure.
I don't know if that's useful. I just happen to be trained in it also, so I don't know if that's useful to give somebody advantage.
So 21.
Yeah. With a 21, you are able to avoid a couple of viper nests on your way, which is nice. And you come to what has been described to you as a sunning rock that they like to use for their large snakes that are mounts that they tend to ride.
Good.
So you come to this kind of open, flat area, and there's a few large boulders. There's one really large boulder on the south that is 5 feet up and raised. The rest of the area, there's kind of wallows, kind of opened up into a double crater effect. Go ahead, give me a perception check.
Everybody?
Yeah, everybody can give me a perception check.
Oh, what just happened? I just got booted from Roll20.
I hate when my perception check is lower than my passive.
Okay. Grrrig is the first one to notice that there are deep tracks, sidewinding, kind of swishy tracks, kind of all over the place here that seem to be indicative of some large thing. Aetis, you notice it pretty quickly after that. Go ahead, make a nature check, either Grrrig or Aetis. You both can.
Can I give Grrrig assistance?
Yeah, absolutely. So with advantage, Grrrig.
Great. 19.
Yeah, these are definitely big snake tracks.
Cool.
No, thank you. So I guess this is what we're looking for.
Yeah. Does the track seem concentrated?
They kind of cross over the area, and then the kind of wallows seem to be a spot where they congregate and get themselves all comfy in there, because it is hot right now, and it's getting to the hottest part of the day. So if somebody does come, it might be soon.
Do I see anywhere that looks like we could hide?
Yes, you do. There's a large rock precipice about 30, 40, 50 feet to the south east of the wallow that you could hide maybe behind or climb up on top of.
Guys, let's go hide on this rock. Kaerlie, if you can do that spike thing when they get into the pit.
Sure. I also have a bonus spider climb if someone wants to climb up on the underside of this thing for a vantage point.
I mean, if we just get on top, we can just climb.
Yeah, the rock is like 10 feet tall, so it's not like super crazy.
I don't know.
We can normally climb.
Yeah, I don't know if this is helpful, but once we get into position, could I try to cast Detect Poison as a ritual spell? I realize it takes 10 minutes, and maybe that's wishful thinking, but...
You can certainly try. Let me just look at Detect Poison really quick.
I can display it, if you would like.
Yeah, totally. You can sense pressure within 30 feet. Okay, so it would tell you within 30 feet of yourself, which...
It's not very far, is it?
No.
It's kind of a shame.
Yep. But you are able to cast it as a ritual. It takes 11 minutes, so...
11? No.
Yeah, well, it's
I mean,
it's 10 minutes per
Yeah, I
level,
thought it
so
was 10.
it is 10. It's 10 minutes plus
Doesn't
the
make a
level, but
difference.
whatever, it's fine.
The DM's like, and they arrive in 9 minutes.
Yeah. But whatever. Here, let me show you all what the area looks like.
Yeah.
Kabam.
Maps, 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 maps,
Indeed.
maps. Have you ever watched Map Men? Unsolicited.
Nope.
It's good.
So this down here to the south is the large rock formation, whereas this in the center of the map is the wallow.
In that center area is where it looks like all the tracks kind of like really concentrate.
That is correct.
Well,
So you can attempt to position yourselves however you would like to around this rock in the hopes that these things show up.
I guess get up there and lay down.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Defect, can you climb or do you need a boost? I don't know how heavy you are.
Oh yeah, he's way too heavy for us.
No, I can climb.
Yeah.
I can give him spiders.
No, don't spend the spell slot.
Okay, fine. That's
You
fair.
could probably climb better than I
I
can.
like the idea of the strongest member of the party not being able to climb. That's pretty funny.
I like that they all
enjoying-
assumed it was the like humanoid-shaped barbarian and not the turtle-shaped.
Like,
I'm just amused by the idea of the
Yeah,
war
by the
forms
way,
hanging
Spoot,
upside
like-
down from the cliff, like Spider-Man.
Yeah. By the way, the wind is blowing pretty moderately right now, so like there is a slight dust kick up. It's bothering a lot of you, but Spoot, you're actually kind of comfortable. Like the heat in this area is kind of refreshing to you.
Oh, how nice.
Nobody is suffering from heat exhaustion or effects yet, but it is definitely very, very hot.
Did we put our sunscreen on?
I would assume that yes, you put it on this morning.
But we
Is
did
that-
get some sunscreen.
Yes.
Do I still have my like sombrero?
Yeah. Yeah, if you want it. You can be wearing it. It's totally up to
why
you.
not?
The picture of stealth.
Yeah. Spoot is not very good at reconnaissance, so I'm not really sure what he needs to do during this.
Great. So why don't you place yourselves wherever you would like to be, knowing that from the north is where things will probably be walking by.
And okay. So in theory, within 10 minutes of me casting that spell, I would know if something was 30 feet away. Is that
Which
what
is really,
Yeah.
it's close? Yeah, I mean, it's
which
probably more.
is there.
The spell's probably more for dungeons than it is for open spaces.
It's more for dungeons and for like detecting if one of your friends has been poisoned, kind of deal.
Oh, that's also good. Okay.
But you know, whatevs.
Okay. I guess I'll climb up here.
All right.
So,
Cool.
once
So
I
as
grow spikes, I
you,
only
Did
get
we-
them for 10 minutes. So
I'm sorry, say that again.
I said once I grow spikes, I only get them for 10 minutes. So I want to wait for something to happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. For sure.
You don't want to put them there because then they're gonna look and be like, "Oh, okay."
No, they're not visible. They're camouflage.
Well, it's a check. They
Yeah,
don't see
they make a
anything.
perception check with
Yeah.
it.
I would hold the action until they settle down in the middle and get relaxed.
Yeah.
But Kaerlie has a good point, because the design of that spell is that you could cast them preemptively.
Yeah.
Right.
Essentially, how this is going to work is I'm going to ask you all to make perception checks and a stealth check to hide and camouflage yourselves. Because you're taking the time to do this in the hopes that something comes and you can ambush it, I'm going to give you advantage on these checks.
How much
Sweet.
does Spoot look like a rock when he lays flat?
Go ahead, make a stealth check.
Just put the sombrero on the top of your shell when you're laying flat.
I might need to take the sombrero off, actually.
I rolled a 21 stealth and a nat 20. Oh no, a 23 because advantage and a nat 20 perception.
Wonderful.
Oh, I'm so glad I had advantage.
I am a happy goblin.
Yeah, you all
Oh, I forgot.
hide pretty well. Defect, have you rolled? There you go. Oh, defect,
Oh.
natural 20 on stealth.
Whoa!
Look at you.
The stealthiest warforged on the planet.
Wow, okay, yeah.
He's the only
great.
Warforged.
So
Well,
you all do
details.
really well at kind of hunkering down. And you are able to see coming through between all of you, you can point out, you see 3 figures kind of heading in the direction. 2 appear to be large, kind of figures doing kind of a side-to-side swaying motion, and 1 appears to be walking.
That's the one we want the heart from.
Maybe. It could be the one. If the top has a human half, that's another one.
That's true.
Yeah. Actually, I lied. Sorry. You see 2 figures doing the side-to-side thing. You see a smaller figure on top of one of those figures.
Aha.
It appears to be riding one of these larger creatures. As they come into focus, and they're about 150 feet away, you can see that they are 2 massive snakes. And a humanoid-sized creature is riding one of them on a crazy, weird-looking, multi-strapped saddle of some kind, wielding a vicious-looking scimitar on its side, and a very muscular, humanoid-looking body, and the head of a cobra.
Mm.
That's mildly disturbing. It looks
don't
like the
like
things
it.
in the drawing.
I don't like it.
I don't either. Do you think if we kill that one, the other ones will leave us alone?
Count on that.
Meh.
So these things are approaching. They're about 100 feet away now, and they're just kind of slithering forward.
Are-
2 giant.
They traveling more or less in a straight line?
Yeah, they seem to be heading straight for the wallowed area. They're
Can-
about 70 feet away.
Can Grrrig go ahead and pull out Chomper? Turn Chomper on?
Yeah, you can pull out Chomper. Are you
Cool.
having it do anything, or are you just pulling it out to have out? Well, you can pull out Chomper, and then I would like you to have Chomper make a dexterity.
To be hiding.
A stealth check, rather.
Right. Okay. It doesn't have skills, so I guess I'll just do Dex. It gets a +0, it's fine.
Yeah.
12.
Okay, cool. Great. So you pump out your chomper. Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check as well for me.
Okie dokes. 19.
Cool. You do it without making barely any sound as well.
Okay.
So these things are probably about 40 feet away from the well, or from the wallow, it looks like.
So can we see them yet?
Oh yeah, you can see them. Let me show you. I just need to go on the right layer. Bonk. Chow, they slither on up. You can see these two massive snakes, and riding atop
like.
one of them is this fellow.
Handsome.
No, do not like.
Oh, hey.
Yep. But they are slithering very happily towards the center.
Cool. It's spike time.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
I would wait till they relax in the center.
If.
So Kaerlie, anxious to spot, heeds the call of her friends as these two large snakes kind of begin to spread out in the middle of the wallow. One of them kind of goes over here. The one riding puts its head down and lets the individual get off and kind of nestles around over here. While this guy just stands and begins scanning the horizon to the north.
Hit it.
Okay.
Encounter music, like in Pokemon.
So it is a 20-foot radius sphere.
It's a 20-foot radius sphere,
Which,
and I want it mostly between us and them, but catching them. So centering it.
I mean, I would
Yeah.
kind of like fuck up the boss man the most.
So like this,
Yeah.
essentially?
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Maybe we should hit that guy
Whoops.
before he can get back on his mount.
Well, it's now difficult terrain between him and his mount.
Bonk. Cool. So you cast this area. Becomes difficult terrain for the duration. Yeah, it doesn't even notice it because it's not looking in your direction. However, when it turns around, any creature that can't see at the time of cast. So it definitely can see the area. So it looks down and it sees all these spikes kind of jut out, and it realizes that something has begun. I would like everyone to roll initiative, please.
Duh.
I was trying to remember how it goes. I don't know why I couldn't hear
The
it.
question is,
Bow,
which
bow, 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 bow,
6.
bow.
This is terrible.
The spiraling sound effect to it is very important.
I apparently have not. Apparently, I did not select my token before I rolled, but it's there.
we're all under 10.
Yeah, we're all fucked.
Wait a minute, wait a minute. The mighty Spoot has yet to go. This is
That's a
really,
sad story.
This is really difficult on a single thing. Aha!
Oh, good.
You did it.
Dude, hero of the day.
What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I've never gone first before.
Oh, don't worry. You're going after the giant snakes.
There's so much pressure.
Yep. Wonder bar.
Jeez, y'all are terrible.
Where are you? There you are. Kaerlie, you rolled an 8.
I did, and I didn't click on the thing before I did the thing.
It's all right. You're just an utter and complete failure.
You're also no longer dead.
I was gonna say, I've also been mostly dead for a while now.
It's true,
Well,
and remember, you only have the -1 penalty to all your stuff, so that's good.
Right.
Well done. So the first thing that happens are the constrictor snakes, these big boys. You heard this guy say something. In a language nobody understands.
Dang it.
But these two snakes, both move.
Them.
Well, actually, they make perception checks, is what they do.
Everyone, get inside your shells.
Okay, yeah. One of them has no idea where you are, but by casting the spell, you did reveal yourself. So they don't know exactly where you are, but they know you're not in front of them. So they are going to just begin moving this way.
Wow.
It's a lot of hurting.
Yeah. So go ahead. They make a... oh no. They just take damage. Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
That's like
So I think they each move... Well, one moved 30 feet and one moved 20 feet.
So that's
So so 20 divided by 5 is 4. So roll 8d4 for the first one.
I like where this is going.
High damage. Yes.
Woof.
A lot of ones, but not bad.
yeah, but 3 4s too.
That's true. That's true. That's pretty good, actually.
Yeah. This first snake bursts out of the area of effect, just torn to shreds. Looks really messed up. Go ahead and roll. He moved 30 feet, so 30 divided by 5 is 6. So go ahead and roll 12d4.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
The other snake gets out of the area. This is the one that has the saddle on it, and it just is roaring, and it's hissing, and it gets the final few feet out and goes and goes to the ground, torn to shreds. Spoot, it is your turn.
I start clapping. Wow. That was the one with the saddle on it, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. Okay.
Guys, it's just one snake now.
It's true.
And the snake dude.
And the dude is what we want.
Dude is what we want. That is true. Stand by. Sorry.
It doesn't mean he's helpless.
No, he's gonna hurt when he's getting out of here at least.
Yes.
This is a great job. Like, this is actually how you use night growth, and
Yeah, that was well done. You guys planned that beautifully.
It's the best
They
use
had
of
no
my
idea you were there. Like, it was perfectly executed.
Oh man, I have no idea what to do.
What are you gonna do, Spoot?
Got a guiding
Particular-
bolt, sacred flame, whatever is in range. Hit him.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
He
sure,
didn't know
one
where we
offensive
were at.
moment.
he didn't know where we were, so. But I'll cast Sacred Flame on the remaining snake.
On the remaining snake, he makes a dexterity saving throw. Rolls a 15.
Oh.
course he does. And now he knows where I am, so that's why I didn't want to attack.
Yeah. Okay. This guy is now our friend's turn.
Sacred.
It's da-da-da.
I swear, I feel like Misty Steps or some shit.
Cool. So great. He is going to make a check to see. Nope. He cannot see the ground. Or no, he's in the ground, so he knows about it, so he can see it. So he is going to move 10 feet out, so you get to roll 4d4 on him.
I'm gonna use Thorn Whip on him.
Okay. So he takes 10 points of damage and rushes around to the other side of all the craziness. Kaerlie, it is your turn.
He's over there now?
Yes, he is over here.
Cool.
And you are concentrating.
I am concentrating, which means I can't concentrate on something else, doesn't it?
Correct, but you could also drop the spike growth and concentrate on a new thing. He has pulled his scimitar while he ran, so it looks like he's angry.
I bet he is. I'm going to entangle him.
Okay. All the spells. Nice.
All the area spells. Get him.
All the ambushing spells we have.
Yeah, very nice. It's a 20-foot square.
Uh-huh.
So, pachow. I assume you want to cast it in such a way where it's like he has to walk through it all? Or
Yes. Yeah, I want him in it.
Cool. So do you want it like there?
Yeah.
Cool. So, pachow. So he makes a strength saving throw. Not that one.
Does he have legs?
He does have legs. He has a snake head is what he has.
Yeah, that's what I couldn't remember from the picture. I saw his arms, but...
He rolls a 10, so he is indeed restrained.
Yes.
Nice.
One might say entangled.
He is entangled, yes. Pow! He's got a net. That brings us to Aetis.
Aetis will just say to Defect, can you handle the big snake? He's gonna jump off the rock and then
Cool. Go ahead, make an acrobatics check, because you're 10 feet up, so.
okay. Nope.
Okay, so you land. You don't fall over. But Rylethorn, thank you for the follow. You do suffer 1 point of bludgeoning damage as you kind of like land a little bit wrong and kind of jam your knee a little bit.
Ow. And then I'll go a little bit closer.
What?
I hate how this ability has to be 30 feet. And I'm going to use my planar warrior and shoot him.
Corey, thank you for the follow.
5?
A 25 will hit, yeah.
I was about to say, don't you dare.
Yeah.
17 damage.
Nice, yeah. An arrow. It shouts at you in, I believe it speaks common. Indeed, in common, it shouts at you, "Interlopers, you will die for this." And Grrrig, it is your turn.
I shout back, not if you die first.
Sure, mock him
Grrrig
for his
rolls
speech
their
impediment.
eyes.
That was your action.
Yeah. Pulls out something we haven't seen before, crossbow. And full light crossbow and pew pew shoots at the guy with legs.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, good, you're
22.
back.
Nice.
I assume a 22 hits.
Yes, it does.
8 damage, and we'll toss in Fury of the Small, so 3 more.
Cool.
Let's get this over with.
Very well done. So that's a total of 11 damage, right?
Yep.
Because of Fury of the Small. Very nice.
Yep.
Defect. It is your turn.
Yes, I'm going to jump down and take care of this big snake in front of me.
Cool. Go ahead, make an acrobatics check as you jump.
Will do.
Bad snack.
Okay, with a 6, you land heavy, and go, "Urgh!" And you end up taking 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
But he's already raging, right?
I didn't say it, no.
No, so it's a full 5. Don't cheapen my bludgeoning damage from your own foolish errors.
5 damage.
Did he fall on his
Okay.
face?
No, he landed.
Rule 1. Did not rule 1.
That's true.
Yeah, it's a DC 10 to see if you like just take damage. So.
Going up to the snake, I
Yep.
will rage.
All right, yeah, you got hurt. Now you're angry.
And embarrassed.
Do reckless attack. And
Okay.
I will hit with my great axe. So that's 17 points of damage.
Yeah, you cleave the head of this snake clean off. It is dead.
Noise.
It had 1 hit point left after going.
You just flicked it.
Yes, after making its way through the spiked growth that it didn't even have any clue about. It is now beheaded by the mighty Defect.
Good.
Yeah.
Well,
Anything
that
else?
was I'm jumping down 5, 10. Was that 15 feet of movement? Would you say? If you jump down and run across.
5, 10, 15, 20 feet, I'd say. You'd have 10 feet left.
And left, so then. All right. My turn is over.
Cool. Both of the giant snakes are dead, so Spoot, it is your turn.
Save him from him.
Yeah, it's not gonna hit him, but I'll
No, he
cast
has
it.
disadvantage because he's restrained.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, you rolled good damage.
Yeah, that's a first, isn't it?
Yeah, so he has disadvantage on his dexterity saving throw because he's restrained, and rolls an 11.
Ooh.
So he takes the full 8.
Feel the burn.
Woohoo.
He gets blasted again, and he's like, "You will all suffer for this."
I thought he liked the light.
And it is now his turn. So I believe, is it a strength saving throw to try to break out?
Yeah, I think so. Hang on, I've lost the page. That's
A
everything.
creature
attempts to,
restrained by the plants can use its action to make a strength check against your spell save DC.
Great.
Wait.
That is a 19.
I think he's free.
Yes, so he is
Yeah.
free now,
Damn it.
and
And
moves
pissed off.
in towards Aetis. But
Towards
he
our
cannot
long
attack. He's wielding a mean-looking scimitar, though. Kaerlie, it is your turn.
Cool. Aside from that scimitar, is he wearing anything else metal?
Not really.
I would save that for someone wearing
You
armor.
you
Yeah,
could make
That's not helpful at all.
yeah, you can make a perception check, but like I mean, he's bare-chested, so
That's really what I was.
He's snake chested.
He's got some fillings.
yeah.
Yeah.
You thought of your clever thing.
Mhm.
All right, how close is he to Aetis? Nah.
He's right up in his grill.
I mean, you can just relax. I got this.
If I throw something at him, it'll hit you too.
It's just a
Yes.
snake man.
So what will you do, Kaerlie?
I guess I'm just gonna hunker down and hide.
Okay, great. Go ahead, make a
Yeah.
stealth check.
Get inside your shell.
Okay, Aetis, this dude is right up in your grill now.
I'm going to pull out my short sword and slash at him. And I'm not that good at this.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm not that good at this.
A 13 just manages to pierce his skin.
Oh, damn. Oh, and I also
He's bare chested. He can't be wearing very much armor.
Yeah.
Planar warrior also. I have to say that.
Well, you didn't say it before you attacked, so...
I think I said last time we always assume I use my bonus action.
Oh, that is true. Yep, that's fair. Okay, yep. So go ahead.
So 4 piercing
Mm-hmm.
plus extra 8 force.
Okie dokie. Great. Cool. Wonderful. Grrrig, it is your turn.
Well, this is working better than I thought. And another crossbow. Ooh, that time it was a nat 1. Last words.
Oh no!
Ooh, okay. Your
Oops.
crossbow jams and is unable to function anymore.
Crap.
You should
Okay.
just get stuck with the tried and true.
Well,
Yeah.
at the time I didn't want to burn the plants away, but he did move. I just had it in my hand.
Yep.
all good.
Defect, it is your turn.
5, 10, 20, and I will attack.
Yep, go for it. 17 definitely hits for
What's the damage?
for 13. Is that right?
Right, because I'm raging, so I have the +2.
Fantastic. Dead things are dead. Spoot, it is your turn.
Spoot things are spoot. Spoot is gonna cast on Aetis. Sorry, I keep trying to burp. Shield of Faith.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
All right. So Aetis, I'm sorry. Who did you cast it on? Aetis?
Aetis, yeah.
So Aetis, you have a +2 to your armor class. What does your Shield of Faith look like?
Please tell me it's a turtle shell.
I wanted to say it's a turtle shell.
Great. So this kind of ethereal turtle
love
shell
it.
just is like
Oh my
covering
God.
your body, kind of just off of you, giving you a little bit of extra protection. Well done, everybody. Well done.
Oh, you know what? That was a bonus action.
Sacred Flame.
Sacred Flame. That's the first time I used it. I didn't realize it was bonus action. Look at me, read my spells.
Sorry. Cool. So he makes a dexterity saving throw. He rolls an 11.
Oh, finally.
Twice in a row.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Things are
I
looking
can't
up.
believe that happened. Okay, cool. All right. Cool. It is now his turn. He turns around and looks at Defect. And Defect, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Wow.
Wisdom saving throw. Okay, 15.
A 15 succeeds. He looks around at you and says, "Why don't you attack your friends until they die?"
I'll
And
say to him, does not compute.
Yes.
he hisses and snarls. Yeah, and that's all he can do because his plan of attack did not succeed. So, Aetis, it is your turn.
He's not very charming, is he?
No.
I'm just going to
Actually, he's very charming, but, whatever.
clearly.
He's strangely alluring in a serpentine sort of way.
So he's charming to the snakes.
Well, he's got that snake chest.
Could call him a snake charmer.
I forgot my flute.
I mean-
damn it.
Look at that boy. Who wouldn't love that boy? Look at him. He's got
Too many
pecs,
muscles.
pecs and scales all over the place. He's great.
Too many muscles.
I try most things once. So you try to stab him again.
Yeah, go for it. Attempt the stabbing.
16.
A 16 hits.
6 piercing.
Mm-hmm.
Another 4 force.
All right. Grrrig, it is your turn.
Huh? I throw down the crossbow and pull out my jeweler's hammer. Pew pew. Fire bolt.
Yep.
It's only a 10. The world says no.
A 10 will not hit. It goes over the heads of everybody. Defect, it is your turn.
Awesome. Great axe.
Yeah?
Same old. Up. Oh, is it not working? Hold on.
I think it's just a little slow.
It's loading your nat 20.
Nat 20s take longer.
Let me just hit it again, just in case.
There we go. Good thing you had advantage. The 17 will hit
Okay.
for 4 points of slashing damage, plus another 2, right?
Yep.
So for 6 points of damage. All right, Spoot, it is your turn.
All right. I have an idea. Spoot is going to cast on the Snake Man the command spell in
dear.
common. And he is going to say grovel.
Okay, he makes a wisdom saving throw, right?
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
I think.
Or follow the command.
Oh my god, this guy cannot roll. Okay, he rolled a 9.
That's fine. That's fine.
Fantastic.
Spoot just got scary.
Yeah. Okay, great. It is now his turn. He falls prone and ends his turn. Aetis, it's your turn.
Yeah.
Pro tip: don't use a ranged attack.
I pull out my bow.
Now's now's your chance for the short sword.
Hold it right up against his head, and it's still at disadvantage.
Just poke him with the arrow. It's fine.
With force arrow. Just force it into his skull with your hand.
I just go down.
Yeah, you have advantage. Go ahead, make the stabby stab.
15.
A 15 hits, yeah.
1. 6 damage.
For 6 points of damage. All right,
That's why I don't do melee, just in the future.
Grrrig, it is your turn.
This is how did you? That's terrifying. And I'm gonna just firebolt again, even though it's disadvantage.
Okay, yep.
Sorry. Yeah.
That one again.
Okay, yeah.
Which is a 23.
Yeah, you get so excited because you're like, haha, and you release the spell too soon, and it backfires, and you take 4 points of fire damage as you look at your face. Well, you can't look at your face. You look at your hands; they're charged. Your hands are charred. Anyone who looks at your face realizes you've also got a bunch of singe marks over your face too.
I go.
You pulled out your compacts to check your face.
Eyebrows.
I'll fix that.
Defect, it is your turn.
Right. Yet again, great axe.
Yep, with advantage.
Yep.
18 hits for 8 points of damage.
Right.
What spell is that, Defect?
Smash.
Spoot, it is your turn.
Spoot, having seen what just happened to poor Grrrig, is like, ooh, and it's gonna like kind of whisper some Aquan healing word,
Aww.
and it's not going. There it goes.
I am now more healthy than I began.
Oh, maybe
More than the damage.
that might have not been worth the spell slot, but that I really wanted to RP. I wanted to RP the fact that I was like, oh, that was kind of my fault. So.
Right. All right, it is now its turn.
Nope, it's still Sacred Flame time.
Oh, I see. Okay. So he will attempt to Sacred Flame. He rolls a 14. He succeeds finally on something. He succeeded. This guy's incompetent is what he is.
So
Yeah, he's the
Still
lowest.
groveling?
He's the lowest of the low, taking the snakes to rest.
So he stands up, has kind of given up the ghost at this point, and says, "Fine, I'll take you with me." And just reaches out with his cobra head and bites towards Aetis, but not with a 9. This dude swings his scimitar in frustration. That's a 20 to hit Aetis.
That's my AC.
Yeah, for 6 points of slashing damage.
Damn.
It's not a bite, so there's no
His
poison.
AC is 16 right now. So. Okay, that is his turn. And Aetis, it is your turn.
You said 6 points?
6 points of slashing damage, yes.
Alright, I am going to slash at him.
Yeah, do it. However, a 10 will not hit. He manages to get his scimitar up in time. Actually doing right now.
We can't just finish it.
Grrrig, it is your turn. Slightly singed, but nonetheless.
Firebolt again. 20 this time. That hits.
Oh yeah, 20 will hit.
7
Um,
damage.
You blast it right in the face as it opens its mouth, seeming like it's going to attempt to bite someone again, and it just goes, and you see smoke issue from like the nostril slits and the like ear holes and the mouth
Nice.
as the body opens and the interior of the mouth is just charred, and it falls down, dead to the ground.
Woo! Take that!
Well
That was-
done, everybody.
Probably easier than it should have been. I'm really worried now.
Yeah, what happens when
They
we
were
don't see
clean
ambush?
Cool. We can drop initiative. You have seemingly defeated ye old dude bro.
Can I make a perception check to see if there are any others coming?
Yes, by all means.
15.
You do not see anybody in the immediate vicinity.
Spoot, can you come assist me with getting this thing's heart?
I just make a noise. Spoot's never really been on board with the whole pulling the heart out of the dead guy's part.
You could just, like, tell me where to cut.
Okay. I'll come down. It is going to take a while. It'll take some time. And then I will assist in making sure that. Actually, do I know the anatomy of these creatures at all? Can I make a fairly good guess at where the heart would be?
It has a human torso.
I mean, it looks humanoid, so.
It looks humanoid. Okay, well, great. I'll just point at where the heart should be.
Yep. So here's my question, Spoot. Are you actively helping Aetis in this, or are you abstaining from actually doing anything helpful?
I am.
It's up to you. I'm just asking.
Guiding him with words and also my cantrip.
Okay, so you give him guidance.
Yes.
I would say that pointing to the heart area doesn't really provide advantage, but you do have guidance on the survival check to harvest the heart of this creature.
If it doesn't work, then I'll be more proactive next time.
You do have to touch him.
He has to touch me.
Yeah, I have to touch Aetis. Yeah. I mean, I'm there. I'd touch him. If
Good
he's
to know.
willing.
Yeah. Yep, you get the consent, I assume, and so,
I don't know. I'm not really into turtles. Sorry.
Wow, we found the one thing.
Wow.
Grrrig is. Yeah, I think you should try everything once. Grrrig is keeping watch.
I do
Great.
not consent.
That's what I did. Oh!
Ooh, okay.
Oh, Jeebus.
Hold on.
You do have the D4.
Yeah, I'm going to have to.
Oh,
Okay, a
Oh.
13. A 13 with the... You go to make an incision and you realize, oh wait, that's kind of right in the middle of the heart. I'm used to stabbing things through the heart. And so you, at the last minute, it's almost as if like a new pathway kind of opens up in your mind for a quick second, like a new path to take with your hand. And so you scoot on over a little bit and get to the grisly process. But you do succeed in carving out what appears to be a green and black streaked heart.
Great.
Bag of holding.
Bag.
Well, if we wrap it in something, I'm not gonna just stick it in there. I don't think it's gonna get bloody and everything, but I don't think we should just throw it in there. You got a scrap of
pocket for this?
cloth or something.
Did they give us anything to put these hearts in?
Yeah, they gave you 3 bags, like 3 lined.
Alright, great.
Okay.
They are. They have like some herbs and stuff in them that like help keep things from rotting too quickly.
Right, because carrying around rotting hearts for 10 days seems like a terrible idea.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
they kind of gave you
Gentle repose.
mundane kind of naturalistic stuff that will aid you to the degree that they could.
I'm going to
Cool.
kind of look at him after that job and go, I think I'm going to help you next time.
Yeah, these, I'm just like arms, just like blood. These,
Yeah, you are quite the sight, and the blood is not like... The blood is pretty thick and sticky and kind of gross, and it's just sticking to you in this heat. It is not pleasant.
This is nothing like, skinning an animal or anything. This is...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's grisly. I'm not really sure I'm not going to enjoy it. I'll just be honest, but we have to do it. Otherwise we lose our friends. So I'll help you in the next one.
However, you would all be happy to know that Corey in chat has sent you all hand sanitizer. So,
That very helpful. Very
thank you,
helpful.
Corey.
Thank you.
Excellent. How did they
The
get it here? There's
safer-
a shortage.
Already.
Corey, do you have a moist towelette, please?
now you're just getting greedy. Okay.
Sorry, we left the
so
water
the
behind.
the grisly task completed. What would you all like to do?
Did they give us a
Leave.
map of the locations?
They gave you kind of directions on roughly where places can be, and you can certainly head towards the second one. It's a few hours away, but you could make it before dusk.
Do we guys, do we want to try that again, or do we? It is rather hot out. Should we, maybe camp out for a bit underneath this rock and then move later?
I don't really want to be here right now. If they're gonna come, they're gonna definitely see these dead bodies and then we'll be in trouble. Maybe can we get somewhere partway between and then camp, rest up?
Probably. I just think this heat is rather tiring.
We've got magic tent.
That's true.
Is it useful to try to move the dead bodies somewhere, at least out of direct sight, if somebody comes back to this spot?
I mean, I could try to pull the snake guy, under the rock or something.
I realize that the other snakes are quite large and they might be a little difficult to maneuver.
So you do notice that the wind is starting to blow sand up the side of things. So given enough time, sand might cover it, but it's not happening quickly. There's not that much wind.
Yeah, I think we just bail
Take our chances.
Let's just go.
Yeah,
and try to
get
do
out of
it,
here.
sneakily, or hope the wind covers our tracks or something. We were never here.
It's not going to be so easy next time. I'm sure that somebody's going to find these bodies before we find them.
Yeah.
I just don't want this thing to get in my face again. That was not fun.
No.
Well, maybe stay on the rock.
I don't do as much. I have to get a little bit closer to use my skills,
Oh.
which is very stupid.
Maybe work on your acrobatics in your.
Listen, I don't understand why acrobatics is not a choice for rangers. I'm just saying.
It's,
Get good.
maybe because they're designed to be outdoors in the wilderness and so strength was deemed more appropriate. I don't know. I didn't write the book.
Wait, you don't have a choice on...
No, rangers do not get acrobatics as a skill selection.
Which is weird because you could make a dex-based ranger.
Which is
In fact,
weird.
most people do.
Yeah. Moving on, but that's weird.
Anyway.
That was my level 4 was going to be the feat for acrobatics.
I'll just give you guidance. Every time you're like, I need to jump, Spoot.
High five.
But
Get acrobatic help from the turtle.
that won't help if I'm already if I need to make an acrobatics check if I'm trying to get out of something.
True.
Not there.
Stick with me.
Don't touch me.
Trying to be gentle with the...
Touch me, Spoot. All right. Well, in that case, so go ahead, make a survival check to find a place to camp for a few hours to take a rest, kind of out of the way.
Might I assist?
Yeah, you can assist.
Oh, I didn't mean to roll, actually. That's not how you assist.
Sure. So with an 18, you are able to navigate successfully to a place where there's kind of a cluster of rocks, and you think you can figure your tent will pop itself up there and be fairly well hidden. So, good job.
Cool.
And it seems to be a fairly mostly stone area, so there's not a lot of sand whipping around. If somebody wants to make a quick investigation check, they can see if there's anything nasty around.
Maybe not me.
12.
All right. Yeah, you don't think there's you don't find any hidden nest of a viper or anything, so you think it's pretty safe to rest here for a little while.
We should probably still do watches, because somebody is going to find the bodies probably, and I'm sure they know the desert a lot better than we do, and we should probably guarantee that we left some tracks of some kind.
Yeah, I mean, it probably took you about you're probably 25, 30 minutes away from where the bodies were. So, not horribly far, probably a little over a mile. But you have gone up and down a few sand dunes, so there is stuff breaking, or not sand dunes, but ridges of broken rock, so you have a broken line of sight between the area. So
okay.
Well, if you guys don't mind, I would like to bandage my wounds. I think I'm the only one that got hurt during all of that.
Yep.
I can help you. We're planning on taking a rest, though, no?
I was gonna say.
Well, what time is it? If
Well, it is pretty. It's still early in the day. It's a little after. It's a little after, or it's approaching midday. I guess is really what it's doing.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
I guess I thought it took longer to get there then.
I just need an out, like a nap.
Yeah, you guys can definitely take a short rest.
Okay. Let's do that.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. Spend hit dice if you want to spend hit dice. Totally okay.
I get my fury back. I'm so furious.
Eight.
So
Wunderbar.
furious.
Interesting.
Corey, it is entirely possible that that will happen.
What did you say, Corey?
You'll never know.
I'm not sure I will.
This is upsetting.
So indeed,
How much I needed.
so you take an hour inside of
Yay!
your magical tent, resting up. What would you like to do after the hour passes?
Go to sleep.
Well, I don't
It's
know.
a little
how long
early
does it
for you to do that.
seem like we're gonna
unfortunately.
get to there? I could like work on your armor some. I just remembered I got this skill. I can like make some smith's tools if you need, or some other worker's tools. Probably smith's tools.
I don't know. I think it's leatherworkers' tools, wouldn't it? Is that a thing?
Well, leatherworker's tools doesn't really have to do with armor, but it has to do with leather. But I could make some smith's tools that would have to do with armor.
Well, this is leather
But
armor.
it's leather armor.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
studded leather armor, right? So, yeah.
It's-
So it would probably be
description.
more armorers or smith's tools than, because you're not just like stitching leather, you're actually like weaving together plates and kind of interlocking certain chain links. You know, I mean, it's
strengthen.
taking you some time, but if you want to spend a few hours doing that instead of, you know, progressing forward, that is totally something you can do.
Do we want to rest here tonight and just pick up tomorrow?
I will just remind you all that you are in hostile enemy territory at the moment, and you do know that they do patrol.
Yeah. I mean, we could just keep going. It depends on how far away
I
it is.
think
If
we
we're going to get there and it's going to be dark, then that's not good. But if we're going to get there and it's before dark, then I could be okay with that. I mean, I guess I can see in the dark. Can you all see in the dark? Can the snakes see in the dark? We didn't ask that.
I think they can maybe see in the dark, but
I can see in the dark.
I think snakes have other methods for detecting their prey that doesn't involve sight.
Jared, are there any landmarks or anything that I see that they might have said something about that kind of points to where the second area might be?
You can make a perception check.
Dirty 20.
Okay, cool. Actually, this outcropping of rocks that you are in is one of the landmarks that you were told about. So you know you're definitely heading the right direction. The next point where he recommended ambushing, where Elithar recommended ambushing them, was about 2 to 3 hours beyond this rock outcropping.
Well, guys, we're about 2 to 3 hours away from the next site. Do we want to keep going?
I think we should.
Let's do it.
We are on a time crunch here.
Okay, good night. Good night,
we do
Ryle
have-
Thorn. Thanks for stopping in.
Bye.
We do have 6 days, in theory.
It's up to you.
Why don't we get a little bit closer?
I think if we get there and if there's nothing going on there, maybe we set up a good watch and more robust than usual watch, and some people can get some rest while we wait for something to happen.
So here's what you do know about this second location, Aetis. You were told it is a stony archway that rises out of the desert. So that's what you know about it, and you know that there's like rocks and crevices and crags around it.
Well, the next area is pretty rocky, so there might be a lot of hiding spots we can have on the way there.
It's possible.
Let's go. Let's do it.
And we shove off.
All right.
Okay.
Go ahead. Give me a survival check. Assuming Spoot is helping, you can do it with advantage.
Thank God.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. So with Spoot helping keeping you on track, you are able to get yourselves set up on the path, and you see rising out this massive rock formation kind of coming out of the more flat area of this part of the wastelands. What you can see, it's not very large, it's not ornate, it's kind of like stacked flat rock platforms on top of each other that are forming a small archway. It's probably like 30 to 40 feet tall at its highest point, and it seems to run in a north-south direction, meaning the archway travels east to west.
Does it look like it's like a bottleneck thing, or is it like open?
So the area around it is pretty open, but it looks like it might narrow to go through the archway.
But the archway looks like a choke point kind of thing.
Make a percept. Well, you already made a perception check. Yeah. Well, no. Go ahead. Make another perception check, because now you're trying to get details. Now that you see what it is.
Oh.
It's really hard to tell. Oh wow. Cool. So yeah. Let me show you all.
Yeah. I was gonna say,
What?
Yeah.
I look around.
Yeah, as you get closer, you're able to kind of approaching kind of from the north directions, kind of from the northeast of it. You are able to approach it, and you get a better view on what it all looks like.
Aha.
So did it change?
Mhm.
Yes.
It did. Look, there's a road.
And
Yes.
I like-
this is
You-
the arch.
Yes, so this is the
Exactly.
arch, this platform here. Each one of these is about 10 feet tall. So you've got 10 feet, 20 feet, 30 feet right here. And then this is about 40 feet off the ground. And the archway seems to make follow this little well-worn path. There's no footprints in it, but it's packed kind of swished aside sand, and rock and like stone on the ground.
Try and get a better vantage point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet we could like camp out somewhere like up on the like middle level, and then like when we're taking watch, like set watch on like one of the sides, on either of the sides to see both directions. I don't know if we should be all the way up because we need to be able to get down pretty easily. And based on y'all jumping down last time, you're not very good at that part.
No.
I don't think I would be either.
Wait, so are you saying on...
On like the middle level, like somewhere over here. Set up the tent over here somewhere.
I will...
Or like somewhere more like in the middle, and then we can just like meander through and squeeze through and watch on both sides.
Grrrig, do you want to boost up?
There.
I got this. I think.
Yeah, you can definitely help each other get set up. Are you trying to be like quiet about this, or are you?
Yes.
Cool. So then you can go ahead and make some stealth checks then.
Would you like some guidance?
Well, if everybody is climbing up and trying to get this, it can be a group stealth check, so everybody just rolls. And I take a group average, for the lack of a better
I'm
term.
nice tonight. Like, Jesus.
Okay. Cool.
But I'm so nimble.
And you're as nimble as I am right now.
Gasp. You're on fire and I'm klutzy.
All right.
Defect again.
Ah.
You just enter stealth mode.
Nice. Okay. All
Has
right.
anyone defect lately?
Well done. So yeah, most of you move pretty silently, which is good. And you, so are these? So where do you want to set yourselves up? Becomes my question.
I vote like put the tent. How big is the tent again? Like somewhere a little far back.
It's a 20 by 20 foot tent.
Yeah, I was going to say it's 20 by 20.
Giant.
Pretty darn big.
Perhaps.
All right, no tent.
Yeah, well, we should probably avoid the tent, and then we could hide in various little.
Just group up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this,
somewhere spread
this
around
little
here.
crevice here looks like a real nice place to hang out.
this is the area of the tent. You see this square?
Gotcha.
floating
Yeah,
around?
that's too
Yeah.
big. I think somebody should be kind of like on this side. If like this area is something that I could squish through, I'll like watch from one side and then.
Yeah, you can
Oops,
squish through there. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Defect can be on the other side of that arc. Over.
So you're staying low, Defect, or you're going up top?
I mean, for me, it's probably better to be on a lower side.
Why don't we could also
Where you are now, you're about 30 feet up. That is at ground level on this side of the thing.
Right.
we could set up some pittons and tie the rope to it and have two sets of rope going down, but not like only push them over when we're attacking.
Cool.
Sure.
As you all climb up to this higher vantage point, I'd like you all to give me another perception check.
Oh, shiza. Nat 1.
Okay.
9. We're on a roll.
Okay. You're all discussing about plans up on the top. Defect. You can see past this rock, about 100 feet away, 120 feet away, coming out from behind another rocky outcropping. You see 3 individuals, 3 humanoid shapes, heading in your direction.
Okay. I will quickly look up and kind of like try to hush everyone. Is anyone directly above me that I can see?
No.
No. So I'll just go hush.
Cool. Go ahead, make a stealth check.
All right.
And I would like everyone else to make a perception check.
Nine. Terrible.
Okay, Kaerlie, you hear Defect kind of make a noise from down there. Spoot, you definitely hear him kind of start to hush you all. And Defect, as you look back towards those figures, you can see that 2 of them have pulled daggers, and now they are rushing in your direction. They seem to have noticed some of you. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Bwah,
Oh,
bwah. Cliffhanger, hanging from a cliff.
Yes.
Clearly, none of you watched Between the Lions. Never mind.
Oh, yeah, no. Well done, guys. You successfully destroyed Obstacle the First. And you, more importantly, you got Kaerlie back.
Yo.
So well done, everybody.
Oh,
We will pick up right here next with the oncoming creatures, whatever they might be, that are rushing towards you. And we'll have to see how close they get.
I'm gonna get snake people.
I hope it's the one with the danger noodle arms.
Danger noodle.
Danger Noodle. Who knows? It could be. It could not be. Defect didn't get that good of a look, but he saw someone coming. Unfortunately, he just wasn't quite quiet enough during his shouting.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's fair.
so good try. But we will pick up again in 1 week's time. Do we have you next week, Sarah, or is it the week after next that you are not around?
No. Next week is the week I will most likely not be joining you.
Okay. Good to know.
I will make an attempt.
I mean, if you can, great. If you can't, such is the way of things.
It is unlikely. I'm going to be in a strange place with questionable Wi-Fi and 2 7-year-olds.
Oh, that's terrifying. So that's a CR4 encounter right there. So no problem.
Yeah.
Poor. Oh, come on. You don't spend enough time around kids.
It's true. And there's a reason. Personal preference.
Yeah.
No, it's all good. But thank you, everybody, for joining us. We are going to do a quick little round of goodbyes and outros. And if you have a cool project or anything you're working on, feel free to plug away. Let's go ahead and start with Aetis. Tanner.
Thanks for watching, guys. No plug, but...
Okay. Then let's go on to Sarah.
I'm just glad to be alive again, guys. Thanks so much, and till next time.
Very cool. Amber. Grrrig.
Yeah, so Mondays are really exciting. This past Monday, there was a new episode for Mid-Level Adventures and Story Days Friend Time, and our YouTube got updated. So keep an eye on Mondays. All 3 things are great. And if you haven't caught up yet, do all those things.
Indeed. They're all fantastic. And I'm not just saying that because I'm in 2 of them.
Are you though?
Actually, I really like Story Dice Friend Time. It's
thank you.
Going to Mike.
No plug tonight, because everyone else will mention them. So thank you.
All right. And Matt.
Yeah, pressure's off me too for plugs. Tune in next week where I might be in front of a different wall.
Ooh.
Yeah, maybe with better lighting. But thanks for watching.
Yep. And I am Jared. I've been your dungeon master this evening here on Nuuli Forged. We are going to raid the DT network. The DAT network. I never know how they pronounce it, but it's going to be fun. Thank you all so much for joining. By all means, check out Matt and I's podcast, Mid-Level Adventurers. You can follow us on all the socials at Nuuli Forged. There's a Nuuli Forged Facebook page if you are so inclined. So give us a follow, check us out. Feel free to shout out, say hi, and definitely come back next week. And until then, thank you so much. We appreciate you coming in. Thank you to Corey. Thank you to Rylethorn. Thank you to Glitch Lexia. Thank you to Jados for all the follows. Have a great week, everybody. See ya.
Danger Noodle?
Have a good one. Bye.
Danger Noodle.
We never got a title. Every time so far, we've been like, oh, that's the title. Is Danger Noodle the title? Did it happen in the last 2 minutes?
Danger Noodle arms.
Incoming Danger Noodle.
Incoming Danger